Hey, welcome back. We'll be talking about who should lead your distribution efforts, whether and when you need a dedicated distribution function, and how to create a team that's savvy about online digital commerce. Sounds good? Let's dive right in. Who's the right person for distribution? First off, let's talk about the type of person you want leading your hotel's distribution efforts. This isn't just about ticking off a list of skills, it's about finding someone with the right mindset and approach. So, who's the ideal fit for this role? You'll need someone who is curious. They're always on the lookout for new channels, technologies, and trends. Basically, someone who's always asking, what's next? Someone who's agile. The world of online distribution moves fast, and they need to be able to pivot their strategies quickly when needed. Detail oriented. They spot things others might miss, like a rate discrepancy or content inconsistency. Commercially savvy. They get the bigger picture and know how distribution fits into your overall business strategy. Digitally native. They're comfortable with technology and can easily speak the language of OTAs, tech vendors, and revenue systems. Imagine someone who gets excited about a new meta search opportunity or can spot a rate parity issue with just a glance, can explain the revenue impact of a channel mix shift to your GM or owners. That's your ideal distribution champion. Do you need a dedicated distribution function? Now, you might be wondering, do I need a dedicated distribution person or a team or a function? Like many things in the industry, the answer is it depends. But here are some things to consider. Size and volume of your hotel or hotels. If you're running a small 50-room boutique hotel, you might not need a full-time distribution manager. But if you're managing a 500-room resort or multiple properties, you likely need someone dedicated to this role. Level of online bookings. If the majority of your bookings are still coming through traditional channels, you might be okay for now. But if you're seeing a shift towards more online bookings, it's time to start thinking about a dedicated distribution function. How important is online growth to your strategy? If growing online bookings is a key part of your strategy, and let's be clear, for most hotels it is, you'll want someone who can focus on driving that growth. Industry trends, with over 80% of bookings expected to be made online in the near future, it's becoming increasingly important for hotels to have dedicated distribution expertise. Even if you don't need a full time distribution manager, it's essential to have someone who owns this function as part of their role. As online bookings continue to grow, you'll need to stay ahead of the curve. Team wide awareness of business critical distribution areas. Here's the thing, distribution isn't just the responsibility of one person or team. In fact, everyone in your hotel needs to have some level of understanding about what makes distribution successful and why that matters. Let's talk about three key areas that your entire team should be aware of. Rate integrity, we've talked about a few times. It's super important that everyone understands the need to keep rates consistent across all channels. A mismatch can erode trust with your guests and partners. Cost of sale. Not all bookings are created equal. From the general manager to the front desk, your team should understand that some bookings come with higher costs, like OTA commissions, while others, like direct bookings, are likely to be more profitable. Impact to channel mix. A shift in where your bookings are coming from, say, direct to third party, can have a big impact on profitability. Your team needs to understand how these shifts affect the bottom line. One great way to build this awareness is through regular training or by creating a distribution 101 guide for all new hires. The more your entire team understands these areas, the more effective your overall distribution strategy will be. Communication is key. Let's talk about communication because in distribution, communication isn't just important, it's absolutely critical. Here's how you can make sure communication is strong across the board. Internal communications. Make sure your commercial and distribution strategies are communicated clearly across all departments. That means regular updates, performance reviews, and sharing any new initiatives or market trends. Communication within the commercial teams, your distribution, revenue management, sales, and marketing teams need to be in constant communication with each other. Weekly alignment meetings are a great way to keep everyone on the same page and ensure you're all rowing in the same direction. Communication with operations, your front desk, reservations, and even housekeeping teams can provide valuable feedback that can influence your distribution strategy. Make sure there are channels in place for this feedback to flow back to the commercial teams. Communication with partners and tech vendors, regular check ins with your OTA market managers, tech vendors, and other partners will help ensure you're maximizing those relationships. Remember, good communication helps prevent problems before they arise and can even open up new opportunities. Make it a cornerstone of your distribution approach. Best practices for distribution success. Finally, let's talk about some best practices that can really sharpen your distribution strategy and approach. Create a knowledge hub. Develop a central resource for all things distribution. This could include how to guides, channel performance data, market trends, and best practices. And don't forget to update it regularly as well. Encourage ongoing learning. The distribution landscape changes fast. Encourage your team to stay on top of things by attending webinars, doing courses, and reading industry publications. Join relevant organizations. Memberships in hotel technology or distribution focused organizations can offer invaluable insights and networking opportunities. Attend industry events, conferences, and trade shows, excellent opportunities to learn about new technologies, new ideas, and strategies. Make sure someone from your team attends key events each year. Foster a culture of experimentation. Encourage your team to test out new channels or strategies on a small scale. Not every experiment will work, but you'll always learn something valuable. By following these best practices, you will keep your distribution strategy fresh and alive, innovative, and most importantly, effective. Okay, so we've covered a lot on this topic, from finding the right person to lead your distribution efforts to creating a distribution savvy culture and nailing communication. We've walked through some of the most important aspects of succeeding in this space. Remember, distribution is no longer just about getting heads in beds. It's a complex, dynamic field that can make or break your hotel's success. By having the right people in place, creating a commercial team that understands the importance of distribution, prioritizing communication, and implementing best practices, you'll be setting your hotel up for long term success. Thanks for joining me today, and I'll see you in the next session.